heart, best future teacher to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the famous holy spiritual and all the great ones. I humbly invoke for your divine guidance, divine love, divine blessings, for illumination, for divine oneness, divine peace, divine health, and divine protection. Let's begin with the meditation. Let's connect to the energies of Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji, Mahavatar Babaji, Ramta Master, and all the divine masters who are assembled to ensure that this divine design reaches far and wide. And we all get the knowledge and apply it in our lives and make way for ascension. Let's relax our body before the meditation. Sit in a comfortable position, cross-legged. If you can sit in a chair, you can sit in a chair and cross your feet. Clasp your hands, lock your hands like this. And then close your eyes. Remove your spectacles. The metal frame and other things will interfere in the energy circulation. So hence we remove the spectacles. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Feel the air when while breathing out. A longer breath out, either through your mouth or through your nose, and feel the body relaxing. Let's focus on each of the body parts and then give them a message to relax, to release all the tensions in the body. Forehead is completely relaxed. Jaws, if they are tightened, if your teeth is tightened, just relax the teeth, the tongue, the chin, the cheeks, the eyes, forehead. Relax every portion of the body at the out breath. Relax and relax and relax. You can give a deep breath out like this. Neck is relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Relax your arms. Let them be well rested. Upper back, if there are any tensions, relax the upper back. Rest your body weight to the ground. Lower body is relaxed. If you need any back support, please do take it. Stomach is relaxed, chest is relaxed. Hips are relaxed. Wherever you are seated, they are relaxed. Your thighs are relaxed. Knee is relaxed. Calf muscles, feet, sole, all the soreness, relax and relax and relax. Let the whole body, head to toe, is completely relaxed and relaxed and relaxed. Let's continue to relax the body until you don't feel the body anymore. and you feel that the body is completely well rested and almost asleep. While you are conscious, but the body is asleep. Forehead is relaxed. Neck region is relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Upper back, lower back, both are relaxed. Chest and stomach are relaxed. Hips are relaxed. Thighs are relaxed. Calf muscles are relaxed. Entire body until the feet are completely relaxed and relaxed and relaxed. Continue to focus on each body part and relax the body. And then when the body is completely relaxed, then start observing your breath. Even though the body is completely relaxed and asleep, the breath which connects us to the soul is continuing to move back and forth from outside to the inside. Simple, gentle movement of the breath. The in and out of the breath. The cold air entering and the warm air moving out of the body. Observe that breath. Any form of distractions, a loud noise, or thoughts, allow that to be as is and gently return back to your breath. Even if you observe your thoughts, don't linger on those thoughts. Just observe anything that is moving in and out of your body. May it be thoughts, may it be the breath. Just observe, don't engage in anything. Slowly come back to your body consciousness, masters. At the count of 5, without rubbing your hands, keep your palms on your eyes. And then open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Thank you very much for joining on a holiday season. Thank you very much. You can switch on your videos if you want. Let me just start off my screen. Okay, we will start with 17.1, the multidimensional human. As the body physically, today we are doing the 35th, we are in the 17.1, and then it's the 35 or the 35th day of divine design. Just give me. As the body physically evolves and anchors, so last time what did we read? We spoke about the aspects of the human being, in the sense the physical evolution that we are all going through, isn't it? We are all going through a physical evolution. The body is evolving. So we spoke a lot about how the body will evolve, what are the things that are heavy in the body, how to release, what will happen when we release it, or as it is getting released, how should the mind be, how should we cooperate with the body. All that we have understood in the chapter 17 part. Okay, now let's start with the chapter 17.1. So what happens after you start to evolve? Then the body will now slowly start shifting to higher dimensions, because it's going to slowly anchor into the higher dimensions. Then what will happen? As the physical body evolves and anchors into the higher dimensional fields, the human begins to become multi-dimensional. So what does it mean? That you will be able to experience the other dimensions also, from where you are predominantly in currently. They may begin to experience themselves within multiple dimensions in any moment. As the body releases trauma and increases its frequency, light codes that were dormant within the human DNA becomes activated. The activation allows the human to remember how to be in the next dimensional field. It means that when you are, you will be able to go to that state, higher state of living, higher state, mental state, because you know how to go to that state. You'll suddenly start to realize how to go to that level of thing. So it is you can't teach that to anybody, but then you will know when you relax your body and you do certain XYZ activities, and when you relax the mind, you will be able to go to that higher frequency. And you will know, because there is an inner knowing that comes because certain light codes have been activated. The activation allows the human to remember how to be in the next dimensional field. The codes provide the human with the new abilities, information, and knowledge that they did not have prior to the DNA activity, right? So the codes have all the knowledge, and the codes have all the knowing as to how to go there. As we have stated in the previous chapters, the human form is only able to access light codes that reflect the body's current frequency. As the human body holds more light, its frequency increases. The DNA assimilates the higher frequency higher light frequencies, which in turn activates the light code. So assimilation, remember the second step is called assimilation. So as the light codes assimilates inside the body, the DNA holds it. When the DNA holds it, it will activate the light codes that are dormant. This is the natural process of physical evolution. Dormant DNA naturally activates, allowing the human to access higher dimensional fields. As the 3D human begins to increase its frequency and the light codes within the DNA activate, they will start to become multi-dimensional. It means you will be able to, at will, go to higher dimensions, at will come to lower dimensions. The human will experience anchoring into the fourth and eventually the fifth dimensional fields while still experiencing the third dimensional fields. The human does not leave the third dimension, they are in the third dimensional field while simultaneously anchoring into the fourth and fifth dimensions, which means you are mentally able to go and travel to these dimensions without actually leaving this physical place. If this physical body, if you're sitting here and you're actually able to see third dimensional objects and all those things, your physical body will be able to vibrate at a higher dimension, and then you can experience it and come back. It is like, see, when it doesn't mean that you are leaving this place and going somewhere else. Your awareness is shifting from one place to another place. It's like, for example, if I say, okay, imagine rather close your eyes and think about Statue of Liberty. If I say that, what will happen? Immediately in your mind's eye, you will be able to see the Statue of Liberty. How did you go there? You're here with me. In your very house, you're here. How did you go to the Statue of Liberty? How did you suddenly start seeing her? It is because that awareness went there. So that awareness is able to shift from one place to other place. So wherever there is awareness, you are not in the other place. Okay, wherever you are, wherever the awareness is, that is where you are. So if you close your eyes and think about the Statue of Liberty, you are actually not here with me, which means the body is here, but that inner connect is there, right? That inner connect is now focusing on the Statue of Liberty. Okay, understood? So it is like if I'm seeing you, my focus is here and I'm talking to you. But then if I stop talking, I can continue to keep talking, but my mind is now starting to, let's say, think about something else. Then what happens? That awareness, that inner God that is inside us, right? That God has actually shifted its focus to observing something else. Now, if you are in the present, if you are doing whatever activities in the present, and your mind is in the present, then that God is observing the present, and it is experiencing the present, whatever you're doing. Now, if you are thinking about the past, but the physical body is still doing this work, okay? Physical body is still doing this work, but the mind went off somewhere else. Then what happens? That God is now observing that mind, wherever the mind went. Because that awareness has shifted there. Now, even though you are doing all these activities, you are not learning from these activities. Neither are these activities bringing you any growth or wisdom, but this physical body is generally doing labor, okay, without getting any value add from this work. So if you have to get value add from that work, you need to ensure that awareness is in that work. Every day we cut vegetables. Every day we do certain things. But how is it that we think it is boring? Because we think the same thing that happened yesterday also will happen today. It is our assumption. But this time you may be able to experience some better awareness if you are able to focus on this. Something else you might notice, something new you might think about. For example, every day I used to cut watermelon. Somehow when I'm cutting watermelon, somehow most of the awareness is actually very, very present. I don't know why. Okay, but so every day I was cutting the watermelon, and then one day I was just cutting the watermelon, and I was like so thrilled to understand how each and every whatever cell or whatever of the watermelon is able to hold the water inside it. Right? If you cut the watermelon only because you squashed some of the cells and all of those things, the water leaves. But then there is a piece of watermelon which a lot of water inside it. How is it actually able to take that water? It is not like there is a bag, right? It's not like there's a huge bag and then there's water in it. It is actually in between those whatever tissues or cells or whatever it is, right? It is in between. It is spaced in between. And it's such a miraculous
It is such a magic to actually see it. And it is not just with watermelon, you can see it with everything. Everything has water. And there is this magical way in which that water is contained within all of these kinds of things. So I was basically amazed to see that. So how did I get that idea? How did I suddenly start to think that, oh yeah, this is what is also happening? How did I get that? Because I was in the present, and then I wanted to be in the present, and I was trying to be in the present every day. I was trying to practice to be in the present. So because of that, it's not like one day you do everything will be okay and you'll find out something nice. It doesn't work like that. You need to keep trying. You need to keep trying, because now that withdrawal symptom is there. Withdrawal symptoms means the body is resisting. It doesn't want to be here in the present. The body, the mind, it doesn't want, sorry, the mind doesn't want to be in the present. There is a withdrawal symptom, which means it's trying to constantly give you a hard time to be in the present. It's giving it makes you feel difficult because it is not aligning with the process. But how will it align with the process? It will align with the process if you keep trying. That is that is necessary. So it says you can now simultaneously experience multi dimensions if you are, but you are not leaving the third dimension, which means the physical body is still here, but the awareness is able to simultaneously anchor into the fourth, fifth dimensions. So the awareness is able to shift into multiple dimensions, and it's able to get a grasp of the this dimension also, this dimension also, this dimension also, all at the same time. When the human anchors into the 4D, 80% of their body is holding the 4D frequencies. The lens of perception will be 4D, meaning most of their states of consciousness will be in the 4D. They are also simultaneously standing in the 3D. They can see other human beings in 3D states of consciousness. So what does it mean? It means that you will be in 4D. You will be thinking, you will be like trying to go to oneness, you will be like transforming yourself. All of that is mostly 4D, but still on and off of duality is also there, right? And then you can see other human beings also still anchored in that 3D states of consciousness, which means they are suffering. You will see them doing duality. You're not judging, you're not analyzing, you're not doing anything, but you are able to see them choosing duality, rather living their life with duality, suffering, all of those things you're seeing, but you are not participating in that whole thing. You're not analyzing, you're not judging, you're not doing anything. I'm thinking is blank. Let's say your thinking is blank, you're just observing. As an observer, you can see you can see people in 3D also, you can see people in 4D also, and you can see yourself looking from a 4D perspective. When a human anchors into the 5D, 80% of their body is holding 5D frequencies. Their lens of perception will be in 5D. Most of their states of consciousness, which create their reality, will be in 5D. They will, however, be standing in 4D and 3D simultaneously. They can see they can see and access these fields in each now. They can see other humans in both 3D and 4D states of consciousness. So you'll also be seeing people transforming their lives, but you can see some people who are not transforming their lives, who are basically still suffering, and then who are okay with that suffering, who don't really have an idea that maybe they have to go higher. There is no idea that there is an evolution. They are still choosing to live in the duality states of consciousness. And you will also see people with the 5D, in the 5D, which means they are all thinking from a oneness perspective, and then you are also looking at everything from a oneness perspective, everything like that. The process of the human body anchoring into 4D and then 5D takes many linear years, and it is a very subtle shift. The human experiences these shift as an energetic movement back and forth between the very different states of consciousness. The human is energetically shifting from 3D to 4D to 4D to 5D and 3D to 5D fields throughout their day. Throughout their day, it's not in the very now moment which field you are. It depends, it keeps changing. Humans will experience themselves moving through a variety of different states of being in any day. This shift creates a back and forth pull between the dimensional fields. So you may say, you may experience 3D kind of 3D kind of feelings, or duality might come in front of you, and then you will also see that parts of you are not fully transformed. You'll still see that there is some trauma inside you, or there needs to be a release. All of that you're still seeing, you're still experiencing yourself. All of these kinds of things you're experiencing between all the things. Wherever you are placed, there you'll be constantly shifting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because wherever you are predominantly, right, there you'll be predominantly in a day. In the sense, you'll perceive the reality mostly through that state. But then you'll still have other things, because you're still standing in those other dimensions also. Parts of you still have, let's say, duality inside you. So you're still in D3D. Some unexplored duality aspects of you might still be there inside you, which you need to still stamp the 4D on it, or you still need to say, oh yeah, this has to be transformed. Until it comes out, no, you will never know whether some parts have to be transformed or no. How will it come out? We saw in the last chapter also, we saw that in the 34th day also, that there are some things inside you that will automatically come out. For example, you may have a detox or something like that. It came out and nobody actually did anything to you. It came out, and then that you are accepting, and then you are thinking that yes, it is supposed to come out. That is why it is coming out. Let it pass like a moving cloud. I'm not going to stop the moving cloud. I'm not going to suppress the moving cloud. It is like a casual pain that will go away. It is like a casual emotion that will go away. All that. It's like a cloud that is constantly moving. Slowly, it is moving away from your body and mind and all of that. Okay? But there are some aspects inside you that needs to be triggered by somebody. But in my case, what happens? Let's say I used to have a lot of what is it called? Inferiority complex. Since my childhood, I used to have that. But then over a period of many years, I've worked on it. And rather, as and when it comes out, I've worked on it. But how did I get this strong complex in this life? Did my parents create it? No, I already had it when I was in my childhood. I used to, like, automatically. It's not like anybody actually gave me that. How did I have it? Because I've made it from many other lifetimes, right? And this is a ego issue. Okay, inferiority complex, superiority complex, and all. It's an ego issue. It means ego is hurt. Ego is feeling that I'm not good enough. That kind of thing, right? So I worked on it after I got knowledge and all. Every time I got every time it came out of me, who gave me some experience, some human body, some HDC around me would have made that come out. Okay, we'll think, Chad, they made me feel bad, they insulted me, all that we will think, but it doesn't work like that. The way you should think is, oh my God, if that person was not there today, I wouldn't have even known that this complex is within me. Like that layers of complex is there. So one layer, if it has to come out, some HDC in front of you should trigger it. So you should not think that, oh, I'm actually I'm doing all these classes, and then I'm reading these books, I'm doing the jap and meditations and all that, and still I have these kinds of ego issues. You should not think like that. You should think that, oh, I'm so grateful to this person. Maybe the first instance, you like that immediate second, you may not go to oneness. Immediate second, you will be like, that first habit will come out, because that symptom, you will experience that symptom of feeling low. Only that means that has come out and it is showing itself. That cloud has just begun to get out of your body. It has now just begun to surface. When it surfaces, you will actually have the symptom. So that symptom, when it starts to begin, you need to put that knowledge, you need to remember. And how do we remember? Only when we constantly keep practicing, only that remembrance will come. If you don't practice, after you do all the stuff in the usual way, at least later on, when you get the idea, when you get the memory, when you get the remembrance, then next time you remember to practice. So like that only, initially we will not at all practice. We'll only have knowledge. Later on, little knowledge we'll keep applying. Only quarter we'll apply, then 10% we'll apply, 20% we'll apply. The rest of the things we'll not apply. Or after it has passed, we'll remember Instead of remembering after 1 day, we'll remember after half an hour. So like that, slowly, the gap will reduce. The gap of the symptom occurring to you applying the knowledge will reduce drastically. Okay, over a period of time, it will happen. It will not happen just because you hear something and you felt that everything is correct. Yeah, we have to do like this only, all that. If you think it doesn't work, it has to actually, through practice, you need to reduce that gap, and you need to be very patient when you're reducing that gap. You need to be very kind to yourself, very compassionate to yourself. It's okay. I tried it the other day. Today also I'm trying. Yesterday also I tried. Tried. You need to keep appreciating yourself, pat yourself on the back and say, yes, I'm trying. Yes, this time also I'll try. Next time, oh, this at least this much I tried. Like that, you need to keep appreciating yourself, like how you try to appreciate your child, right? You're not constantly criticizing them. You're at least trying to say, oh, you did this much. Be grateful to that. Oh, I'm so appreciative of this, that you're doing this much at least. Something like that. So you need to be appreciative all the time about yourself. And until then, the gap will not close. Only if you're appreciative, the gap will close. If you're criticizing, the gap will widen. The symptom occurring to that, to you trying to apply the knowledge, that gap has to reduce. If you keep criticizing, the gap will keep widening because now you're putting more and more holes into it. Okay, so so you need to constantly be mindful, and then you'll be able to actually manage this shift. So emotions, physically, the toxins that you've made because of the emotions, physical toxins, how does it happen? Majorly because the organs will not work properly, malfunction of the organs and all that. Food will not be digested properly, some potty will not be expelled properly, all of the, or mucus will be formed in the body. So many things will continue to physically generate because the organs did not do that. They are malfunctioning because of the energy in the body. The nadis or the energy body is not, the chakras and the channels and all are not moving very swiftly. So because of that, the blood is also not moving very swiftly. Because of that, the oxygen depletion is there in the body, hydration is lacking in the body. So many cascading effects will happen in the body. Because of that, now there are physical toxins. Physical toxins anyway has to be cleared out through juices, through fruits and all that. Only it has to be cleared out. Now, how the emotions will be cleared out? Emotions will be cleared out again through practice, and application of knowledge, and then as and when anchoring and all that, alchemizing, assimilation, all that is happening slowly, you'll get that awareness. When awareness comes, let's say if awareness also, how will, let's say as you keep evolving, knowledge will come, some experiences will come, some classes will come, so many things will come, then knowledge will come. When knowledge comes, then next step will start, which is application of knowledge. When application of knowledge happens, immediately you will not be successful. Like I said, that you have to keep practicing, and then reduce the gap. So when any problem comes out from the body, you need to be watchful. So like the other day, somebody made me, the immediate symptom I felt was, right? Immediate symptom I felt was somebody made me feel less. Somebody made me feel less. I only had that less feeling inside me. So that less feeling came out. So when that less feeling came out, right, because I've been practicing, maybe after 5 minutes or something, I knew I need to get to that state. Next is the attempt to get to that state. Initially, you will not get to that state, right? Initially, you'll have to catch yourself that you are low or it is coming out and all that. Then you'll have to try to go to that state by teaching yourself, by putting that knowledge, all that, by talking to yourself. Then you'll get to that state. So after talking to myself and all that, I came back to my normal self, and I was able to see that as a natural, I was able to being grateful for that person for able to bring that low feeling outside of me. Now that low feeling has gone off permanently because I was able to address it from a acceptance state and gratitude state. I don't know how many more low feelings are there inside me, how many more low layers are there inside me. For that, I need to be able to constantly keep wait. I have to wait. What all? This is what is called evolution. This is what is called, as and when the light is coming inside, parts of you will keep coming out like this. When they come out like this, all of this processes you need to do. And you need to slowly get used to constantly doing this. Like how in a assembly line in a factory, what they do? Constantly they are doing the same set of activities, right? Like that, this is also like a factory. In a factory, whatever the worker has to do, the same work only even you have to do. Cleaning, apply knowledge, get some new knowledge will come. As and when you're evolving, new knowledge is going to come. Apply. You will not be successful. Be kind, be compassionate. Then slowly reduce the gap. Like that, you'll get better and better for each kind of thing. So that application of knowledge is now you are becoming smarter and smarter. You'll find new ways of teaching yourself. Like in any subject, if you practice enough, what will happen? You'll get better and better. No? So like that, in this subject of clearing yourself, of rather in subject of growing yourself, you will become better and better. Eventually, the human body anchors into the next dimensional field. The human reality and states of consciousness are derived from that dimensional field. The shifts and the anchoring itself are energetic. Most humans will not be aware of what field they are in at any given moment. It is their state of being and state of consciousness that will dictate what dimensional field they are accessing throughout the day. For example, I don't know what state I am in. I don't know what dimensions I am in. But then let's say if we take the definition of what is 5D, definition of what is 4D, definition of 3D, if I'm able to catch myself in my awareness, then I will be able to say, oh yeah, I'm in probably 3D, I'm in 4D, I'm in 5D or whatever. So I'm able to say. But then if I'm not able to be aware, if I'm not in my present moment or something, I won't be able to be aware. If 80% of their thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and emotions are in the third dimensional frequency, they are anchored in that field. So you need to watch yourself and ask yourself, predominantly in my day, am I thinking this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good, and feeling low, all of that? Then you are predominantly in the, if 80% of your day or 80% of, in your day only you can measure, in your 80% of your day or predominantly in a week, how were your patterns? Are you mostly in that kind of state? Judging other people, complaining, let's say interfering in other people's emotions, all of those things, right? See, in many cases, we will, to some extent, what will happen? You will be able to become smarter and then you will work on yourself. But then when it comes to getting irritated on somebody else, that is also something that you need to work on, because that is also a part of you. Indirect emotions, indirect irritations, indirectly they are showing you that you have it, all of those things. If 80% of their thoughts and beliefs are in the 4D, they are anchored into that field. The human must be able to feel and observe not only their states of being and states of consciousness, but also the frequency of the different dimensional fields within their body. The human must play a participatory role in their physical evolution. They must be connected to their body and observing their states of being and consciousness. See, when you are detoxing the body at a physical level, that is the first step in which you have to connect to your body. Connection with the body, alignment with the body is very, very important when you are detoxing the body. And when you allow the body to clean up, when you're compassionate, when you're like, you're not trying to say, I don't like this detox, I don't like this pain, I don't like this cold, I don't like this cough, I don't like this fever, I will take tablet and suppress it, I will take this and do it, I will just do that. So that the feeling of I don't like what is happening in my body because it makes me uncomfortable is a 3D state. So you need to get out of that state. So the practice of cleaning up your body through natural ways and be able to get to that state of acceptance that everything that is moving out of the body is necessary is very, very it will play a great role in you going to 4D to start with. The humans must play a participatory role in their physical evolution. They must be connected to their body and observing their states of beings and consciousness. This will allow the human to continue to choose how they wish to be in the world and what their body is requiring and what is for their highest good. You need to be able to say, okay, if I am angry, this is how my breathing is, or this is how, like many people I've worked with, right? They say, ma'am, I was angry I was in a very calm state yesterday, but today I saw myself being angry. And this is how my digestion was affected. So they are observing, right? They're just observing. They are not saying, they're not controlling, they're observing, that's all. So I tell them very clearly that you should not control anything. You need to observe, and then you do your work. You are doing your juicing, you're doing your fruits and all of those things. Continue to keep doing that, keep observing. And let's say if the body requires more and more rest, then you do mostly juicing. So something like that, they are in their whatever dietary patterns based on how the body is functioning, how the body is working. And the mind has to be completely calm. So you need to choose let's say activities that will majorly keep you sattvic, majorly connect you. See, you need to have a spiritual, what do you say, spiritual routine. Okay, daily spiritual routine you need to have. If you don't have a daily spiritual routine, there is nothing that is going to keep you connected to that higher state of being. You need to anchor, you need to hold on to something, and then only you need to continue your 3D life. In your 3D life, if you are not holding on to something, then you will be like thrown this side and that side and this side and that side. Okay, you need to hold on, like in a bus, when we are going in a bus, or when we are in a ship. If you're not holding on to something and there are huge tides and all are coming, you will be thrown this side, from this side of the ship to that side of the ship. So like that, you need to hold on to something. For that, you need to have a daily spiritual routine, daily some recording that you need to keep hearing, some books that you need to keep reading, some chanting that you need to keep doing, some meditation that needs to keep raising your consciousness, raising your energy, some gratitude work that you need to keep doing, all something or the other, something that will connect you to higher being. You need to do some knowledge, that some higher form of knowledge, superior knowledge, soul knowledge, all that you need to keep doing on a daily basis. If you're not doing on a daily basis, then you will drop your energies very quickly. So you need to have a daily spiritual routine. If you don't have, the meaning of living in a 3D is not going to actually bring any value to you, because you don't know how to value that 3D life that is actually happening into you. That value will come only with knowledge, and that knowledge, you need to stay connected to that knowledge in some form or the other. This will allow the human to continue to choose how they wish to be in the world, and how their body is requiring, what their body is requiring, what is for the highest good. If the human is aware and conscious of both their choices and the energies that are being expressed and experienced within their bodies, they will be actively participating in their own evolution. If the human is unconscious and unaware of their choices, their states of beings and consciousness, and the energies expressed and experienced in their body, they will be slowing down their consciousness. So slowing down their consciousness means, initially it will happen because you are not aware, but then as the knowledge is coming, it is not like knowledge is going from this side and then you're leaving that knowledge from this side. Okay, it is like reading books and not doing anything about the books, whatever books taught you. Whatever you resonate with, whatever knowledge you resonate with, you need to keep trying. Even if you are not liking something, you need to try it, because you have to remind yourself that I'm a soul, nothing is going to happen to me. Even if this thing is causing fear to me, I need to still walk out of this place. Walking out of this place, if this is fearful, I need to still walk out. Right? For example, let's say if I don't, I'm not enjoying train journeys these days because of the toilets. But at some point, let's say if it becomes inevitable for me to go, then I need to get myself to a state where it's okay. This is like okay to me. So when that inevitability comes, I know that this is how I'm going to deal with it. I've done it in the past, but it's not like I'm desiring those experiences every now and then, right? Maybe it will come in the future, right? But then when it comes, I typically do a surrender. And since I worked a lot on surrender, when I surrender, I'm willing to accept states that I don't like also. Okay, you need to be you need to be able to work on yourself. At least some habits you need to have, right? In Bhagavad Gita, there are some 16-20 habits that Krishna talks about to say how you can evolve yourself. In that, at least if you practice one properly every single time, even one will take you higher. It is not like you can practice everything. Like even, for example, telling the truth, being truthful in life, that also will be able to evolve you in a very, very nice way. Because truth, if you look at if you go in depth about truth, you living true to your Atma is also truth. It's not like you speaking the truth. Living from a truthful perspective, that is also truth. And then if you take integrity for that matter, integrity is whatever you've committed, being there, whether anybody is looking at you or no, you're going to show up and you're going to do it. That is called integrity. Integrity itself is going to take you to self-realization. So every single one of these characteristics, dharma, doing your duty towards whatever is your duty. And so if you say dharma, if this is my duty, so that the definition of duty will continue to keep changing in your life based on the knowledge that will come. The definition of duty will continue to improve. Initially, you might say duty towards parents, duty towards this, blah, blah, blah. Then eventually you will get that understanding of what is my duty towards myself, duty towards my body, duty towards my mind, duty towards, let's say, my Atma. All of that duty will continue to start. So then your sense of duty towards your self-realization only will become a huge thing. Then everything that you do, you'll start to look at it from that first, the main thing, that is duty consciousness. So every single characteristic that has been explained in Bhagavad Gita about how a person self-realize, a person who is in that Atma self-realization state, how should he be? I think that chapter 13. Yeah, I think it's chapter 13. So if you are able to do even one with a conviction, like literally go deep into that thing, you'll be able to get to that state over a period of time. Okay. So it's important that you practice what you get as knowledge. If you don't practice it, it is a waste. That energy also that you're earning, but not that energy is coming to you so that you can apply this knowledge. Okay, energy doesn't come and you don't apply knowledge, it's a big waste. Every single, let's say you're meditating for 10 hours a day, but you are not applying anything in your daily life because you feel lazy or whatever, and you don't like it because you're fearful, whatever it is still important that you apply. Without application, you are not learning anything from this life. So the idea is to make this life joyful. How will you make this life joyful unless you understand why should I even think this is joyful? Right? That idea, that knowledge has to come, and then you need to believe that, oh yeah, knowledge is telling that it will be like this, then it will become like this. So let me apply and see. Until you experience it, you will not want to continue to keep applying, because the motivation that comes from inside, no, only that will motivate you to continue. And that motivation from inside, it will come only when you see yourself succeeding, when you see yourself, let's say, you see the results of application. Not because Smita applied in her life, not because somebody else applied in her life. You will see, wow, she applied in her life, even I'll do it. That motivation has come, but that is, today it will be that, tomorrow it will go off. That motivation that I have to keep going will come only when you see that result of application inside yourself. Until then, forget about it. There is no way you can go forward. And unless you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, you will not go forward. So put yourself in an uncomfortable position. It's the body that is going to become uncomfortable. You are the Atma. No, just watch. Get to that acceptance that I am an Atma. Nothing will happen to me. Even if something happens to the body, it's okay. Let me take that also as an experience. Okay, 7.2, the multidimensional experience. The human has never experienced the current physical shifts within their body. They do not have a reference point. Right? We don't have a reference point. We don't know which dimension we are, when we go there, because there is no reference point. If you are, if they say, okay, if this is the way you think, then you are. So there is nothing like that. It requires patience, surrender, trust, and most importantly, being the observer. Okay, see this patience, so much of patience you need, especially when you're working with your body, right? Body, it will throw left, right, and center, and you need to, it's because you don't know, like we saw, right? In my own case, 3 months, some pain doesn't go away. You'll be thinking, why is this pain not going away? Why is this pain not going away? Maybe, and we have all kinds of Google messages to say that you have cancer, you have this, you have that, arthritis, all that you have. Despite that, are you willing to be in patience because the body is now cleaning up itself? Are you willing to go to acceptance state and say, okay, when the body is ready, it will stop that pain? Are you willing to do that? Doesn't it require patience to go 3 months, 4 months with the same problem and nothing working? For me, it was very clear that I don't need a doctor. It was very clear to me that I don't need medicines. So when that option has been completely closed for me in my own head, then all that I have to do is wait. Because I'm my own doctor and I have to wait for my own body to heal. So there is no other choice. So that will give you patience. That will teach you patience. When you close off some doors, which you think are basically suppressions, then you will be able to wait in front of a door that you know for sure someday will show you light. They say, right, every cloud has a silver lining. Or when you're going through a tunnel, right, the tunnel will be dark, but you know, as you're coming to the end of the tunnel, some faint light will start, right? So when the human becomes an observer, they begin to see themselves in the human journey instead of being the human journey, right? Instead of being the human journey means you'll forget that you are a body, but you'll start observing that I am inside a body. Then you'll not feel so bad about what the human body is going through. You'll just be willing and more curious to understand what all the human body can go through, because now this body was given to you so that you can navigate with the body through different ups and downs of life, right? So when we have have you seen these vehicles, jeeps kind of thing? I don't know what they are called. I forgot what they're called. These jeeps, right, they go and climb on a top of hill vertically and all that. How are they able to do it? Can all the vehicles do that? No, only some vehicles can do that. But if you're able to change the way if you're able to change your vehicle with, let's say, good suspensions and then maybe some different tires, all of those things, maybe your vehicle will become like that also. But then how do you know that my vehicle can do that also? Unless you are slowly navigating, you're learning this. Every time you take a new body, you are learning how to use that vehicle in different experiences. Because you don't know, right? You only created the body before you entered this body. You created the body. You created all those all those patterns and all that through the DNA, right? Second part of the DNA, you've done all those coding, programming, all that you've done. But then how do you know that? How do you know when the actual body happens and you are inside this body, that how all this ego will behave? All that you don't know. You're beginning to observe in each and every situation, because everything is unique. Everything that Smita does in her life is going to be unique. From yesterday, today is unique. From this moment, some other moment is unique. Because it's the only time I'm going to be Smita. I've been many other things, but Smita only in this body. So you have to be very understanding that this is a different journey, right? So we will begin to choose. Then they begin to feel without attachment. So then there is no attachment. Then you'll know that this body has these relationships. Okay, this body has a relationship with the body that another HDC is navigating. Okay, this car loves that car. Something like that. Have you seen that movie called Cars? The cars are basically in love, right? That kind of thing. They begin to experience frequencies within their body, and they begin to notice the subtle shifts in their consciousness. So you will be able to notice, oh, I was actually in this class, and I was feeling so highly vibrating and all that. But then as soon as I dropped the class and went into my daily life, suddenly the same, I felt low, and then I saw let's say I saw my child completely in watching YouTube from morning to night. This holidays, they're sitting and watching YouTube, and I was so irritated. Like just some time back, you were sitting in the divine design class, and then suddenly now you're seeing this, and then you were upset. So this is what you need to notice in terms of subtle shifts of consciousness. Once the human begins so then you need to observe yourself. Oh, actually, when I was like in this higher vibrations, this is how I was actually thinking. And then when I'm in this is how I'm observing. So you're just observing. Okay, you're not trying to feel bad about, oh, I need to change this, I need to change this. Nothing. Just observe and then be calm about it. Accept it. Accept that this too is basically coming out as a cloud. This acceptance is equal to healing. Okay, remember that. Acceptance is equal to removal of that item. So acceptance, gratitude, all of those things means that you are not willing to change it. You don't have to change it. It is anyway coming out. So allow it to go out. Allowing is everything. Once the human becomes the observer, they begin to experience themselves embodying their multidimensionality. They feel and see their shifts between dimensional fields. So this is what is called multidimensional. Multidimensional means I am in a very high state in one part of the day. I am in a low state in some other part of the day. Mornings are typically sattvic. But as night falls, the tamasic behaviors inside our body raises. So then what will happen? You'll begin to feel low. Morning, you'll be like full josh, you'll be eating fruits and all that. Maybe by evening, you'll be like, oh, I want something spicy. I want something hot. I want some gobi manchuri. All that you'll be thinking. So why is it that next day morning, you'll think, why did I eat that gobi manchuri? I should have eaten fruits only. But yeah, you were not in that state. Why? Because that shift in consciousness. So these are the things that you need to observe. Not that you need to change it, but you need to observe. So the more you observe, the more you accept, the more you are allowing that these things are allowing. And when you allow and all of that, what happens? Your chain of command, which is that the individual consciousness, the individual HTC, and then the higher self, and then the I am present. All of them are getting that experience through you because you allowed. If you did not allow, what happened? They will not get that experience. They will constantly be seeing resistance. So at least when you get this knowledge, you need to think like that. That I am here to serve. This body is here to serve the owner who created the body. There are many ways the human will experience their multidimensionality. We will list a few below. One of the first experiences had by the human as they step into their multidimensionality is reconnecting and embodying all fragmented aspects of the human's light consciousness, the spirit, that left the body due to trauma. The human releases all trauma, pulls in all fragmented aspects of themselves, and begins to become whole once more. So it means that the human releases all the trauma means some HTC will trigger it, the trauma will come out, the feeling bad part will come out, or you got hurt at some point, all that will come out. So that when that things are coming out as emotions or something like that, you are basically it is all the fragmented aspects of yourself. How is it fragmented? This person is going to trigger something, that person is going to trigger something, this person is going to bring in something, your husband will do something, your child is going to give you some other experience. So it's all fragmented, it is all split into multiple places. So when they're all coming together and when they're bringing it out of you, then you're putting the oneness stamp into it by accepting it, by allowing it, and all of those things. So that is going to make you whole once more. Another experience the human will have as they step into their multidimensionality is feeling their resonance. Resonance is the frequency that the human body is holding in any now moment. It is designed to navigate the human through the energetic world. It is the human's compass. Everything is energy, and the human becomes multidimensional. They begin to trust resonance over thoughts, beliefs, and external worlds. For example, what is resonance means? What is your, is that something that is calling you to do it? Like, let's say when I opened this divine design class, what made you feel like coming to this class? Right? Maybe you have read the book and the book was very complex. So what made you come to this class? Something was calling you to come to this class, right? So that is called resonance. Or maybe now suddenly somebody is calling you for a trip. Are you able to resonate with going on that trip? Is that trip calling you? Or there is some form of um, dissonance there. Of course, when the ego is involved, you will say, oh, this is not good, that is not good, that is why I don't want to go. I'm not talking about that. When you say ego will have reasons. It will give you logical reasons why I don't want this trip or why I want this trip. But when we talk about resonance, there is no logical reason only, but you'll feel like going there or you'll feel like doing something. That is called resonance because there is a frequency match. So sometimes what happens in my case, I'll feel like doing something. Let's say somebody sends me a message. Recently, this happened. Somebody sent me a message, join this class or something. But then my logical mind wanted to join the class. But there was some form of discomfort inside, which I was not able to pinpoint and say why I have that discomfort, why I have that feel. There is some missing piece of link that I'm not able to pinpoint and say why there is some uncomfortable unhappiness or some dissonance feeling. So that, how do you understand? Only when you all the thoughts with respect to that particular class, I need to put it on paper. For me, that works. Okay, I'll constantly keep writing. Say, why don't I want this class? Ego, not ego, this ego, that ego, whatever comes from inside the head with respect to the topic, dump it on the paper. Honestly, dump it on the paper, like how it is your vomit. Okay, like how you just have to vomit those thoughts outside. Then, as you're vomiting the thoughts outside, right? They will all come together in a logical way, and then you'll start to feel why you don't want it. So like that, I was able to pinpoint and say why I don't want it, because the related thoughts that I did not know I had also with respect to the topic, it all came together. Sometimes it will not be related to the topic, but some knowledge will also come out and then attach itself to that topic, and it will say why, when we apply this knowledge, it is not maybe you are okay to go to this class, or when you're not okay to go to this class. So like that, for me, dumping everything on the paper or constantly typing or something like that, either writing or typing, something will actually help me. So you need to bring it out. When you bring it out, no, then they'll all come together. It's from your head. In your head, it is all jumbled. So when you come together, when it all comes out together, the conscious mind will rearrange all those things and it will work. So this is called resonance. Resonance has no logical reason. You can't put a logical reason and say why I want to do this, why I feel like doing this. Resonance is that. Okay, dissonance is opposite of resonance. You don't feel like doing that, you don't want to go, but you have no reason why you don't want to do that. And if somebody keeps saying why you don't want to do, why you do want to do, give reasons, think about it, blah blah blah, sometimes you don't want to do it because of that resonance. But how will you be able to figure that out? Only when you bring all those thoughts outside and say because of this reason, then the logical reason will come out. But still, somehow you'll be able to, that initially that resonance will not have any logical thing. In somehow it will be mapped inside, and then somehow you'll feel dissonance and resonance based on your belief systems. There are belief systems only behind it. That is why resonance and dissonance. But that belief system you can't leave. No, as of now, it is working based on the belief systems only. Until you change those belief systems, that resonance, dissonance will be working based on that only, because that energy field is like that only, right? It is giving you that perception. So you need to bring it out, and only then that resonance will work. So what you're saying is, and as soon as you start going to this multidimensional thing, you'll start to begin to trust resonance over thoughts. So it may be the best thing in front of you, but you will start feeling that it is not for me, and then you will overlook it, and then you'll say I'll not do it, or you'll do it. The human will become more present in the now. The human will find themselves experiencing presence more often, so they'll automatically come to the present. It's not like you're trying. Initially, we are trying, but then over time, you'll feel that I'm already in the present more often. They will release the attachment to the past or the future. they will begin to trust the now moment as the only moment that needs attention. Because you'll start to feel that this now is far more important than the past or the present. And then you'll feel, I don't need to go to the past. It doesn't look more attractive. The past doesn't look attractive, or the future doesn't look like it needs attention. So you'll just be in the present. The human will find themselves in a more surrendered state, not trying to control or create a desired outcome. They will detach from all experiences. Detachment does not mean they do not feel or desire experiences or outcomes. Detachment means that the human no longer associates themselves as the experience or the outcome, and instead simply experiences. Detachment means that if that happens or it doesn't happen, you are okay with it. You will treat all experiences equally, and you're not saying, let's say you say, I want to go on this trip, but if it doesn't happen also, I'm okay. Why? Because staying here also is another experience. Going on the trip can be one experience. Staying here is also another experience. So there is a detachment. You're not trying. Attachment means if that doesn't happen, my life will go topsy-turvy. I'll feel bad. I'll feel this. I'll basically see myself going up or down. But detachment means whatever happens, I desire that. But if that desire does not come through also, I'm perfectly okay in the now moment. That is what is called detachment. Your life will continue to go as normal with or without that desire coming true or not coming true. So that is what is mentioned here. Should I continue? Friends, should I continue? There's only two pages. Should I continue? Are you all okay? You want to, anybody wants to share if you all are okay? Any thoughts? I'll unmute. You can unmute yourself and tell. Should we just? It's just this page and the summary page. Should I continue?
Shraddha, actually, I will have to leave at 5 o'clock.
Okay, let's do one thing. We will
Yeah.
start from this as the human practices the present. So I'll redo this. Okay. So we'll just continue second part of this thing. Okay. Chalo. So if you'll have any questions, you all can ask now. Let me stop sharing. Which page is this? No page number. There is a page number 283. 283 page number. Okay, as the human practices present. Any other questions for today? You all understood what was happening, or was it too much? Why was it not going in?
No, it was, for me, it was very good, but then a lot of disturbances at home, you know. So I have some people are at home and all those things. So I've not been able to concentrate 100%. Maybe I'll have to go through the recording once more.
Okay. Kokila and Nikila?
That one point you told, Nova, that if you have any feelings, put down in a paper. You mean to tell that what something I don't want to do, but I have to do. So I have to put that in paper, all my feelings like that.
You have to ask yourself, why do I want to do it? For example, let's say you don't want to do something. Why don't I want to do this? Question mark. Answer that. Whatever comes out, you put an answer. Then you will say, I fear that they will scold me. That's why I don't want to do it. Why are you fearing this scolding? Put a question mark. Answer that also. Then to that, another question will come. Answer that also. Another question will come. Answer that also. Then in the end, something
keep on writing like that, you are telling.
Keep on writing. Ask yourself. See, unless you question yourself, no, that answer will not come from inside you. Right? The conscious mind has to see what is inside, like it's in a pool of thoughts. You will think, I know everything if you suddenly think, but it actually we don't know. Only when we bring it outside, no, in a logical way, because this conscious mind understands logic only. So inside there may be some belief system here and there, link. but that link you should understand, no, then only you'll be happy. So you need to
Okay,
bring out
okay.
everything, then it will clearly show why you are not wanting to do it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Try,
Okay.
if you start doing this slowly,
Okay.
slowly, it will start working.
Okay.
The more you
Thank
practice, this also is again practice.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Then you will
Thank you.
see somewhere underlying there is some, let's say, fear. Then what you should do? Okay, fear, no. Let me surrender. What is surrender means? I will do my work. I like this outcome, but outcome 1, outcome 2, outcome 3, outcome 4, any outcome also will give me experience only. No, all experiences are necessary for me. It's okay. Maybe I learn from this also. Maybe I learn from this. Yeah, I don't like these, but it's okay. I'll become mentally ready for them also. Like that, you will surrender and you will go and do that work. Then you will actually see that you will be in a very good state of mind after outcome comes.
Okay, okay.
That is called surrender. Surrender means I will do my job. I'll be mentally ready, prepared for all outcomes before I start doing. If you keep your eye on only one outcome, no, then you are locking only that outcome, and the potential will actually reduce. You are wasting your energy on future. You're wasting your energy trying to be in the present also. It will not work. So you have to be fully present by doing only your work. Surrender that to God and say, God, you give me any outcome, I'm perfectly okay with it. And then that is what is called surrender. So at that time, surrender your fear.
Okay.
Anything that you don't know what to do, surrender that outcome.
Okay.
Then that you do your work. In the present, you have to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. Whether they agree, they don't agree, that's secondary. They don't agree, also be prepared for it. If they agree, also be prepared for it.
Okay, okay.
Then that is mental readiness. Preparing for all outcomes. Let's say you go have to talk to your husband, go ask some money. You go ask, but just before that, surrender and go. Dear God, I'm going to surrender this money asking part to you. Whether he gives me money, it's okay. Whether he doesn't give me money, also it's okay. But I will go ask. But I'm mentally prepared, because asking whether I get the money is also one experience only. Not getting money is also another experience. Let me enjoy both. It's okay. Something will come. Some learning will come. Like that, if you go, then your life will become very easy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Try to do this. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Kokila, any questions?
So the same thing applies with regard to health also, right?
Yes. With regard to health also, we all like to be always healthy, but then how will the physical body evolve until junk never comes out? See, we have led thousands of lives, right? Today we are getting knowledge. Let's say last 10 lives we've been getting knowledge, spiritual knowledge. What about all the 1,000 lives that we've led as animals, as this, as that, as barbarians, as killers, and all of those things? Where will all that dissonance that is there inside the body go? That is coming from your emotional body, mental body, belief systems, and all that. No, that would have been dumped inside your physical body. Now, all that has to get cleaned up at some point. Because if you are going to that state of ascension, 80% of the 5D and all that, whole last thousands of lives of junk has to get out. Junk means lower forms of thoughts have to be stamped as oneness.
Yeah.
No, we need to work on that. And that itself may be taking another few lives. We don't know, or it may take one life itself. One life, because you don't know whether you've already done this work in the past. So like that, we have to just keep working. So health is also something that you need to allow your body to evolve. Otherwise, your mind is not evolving. Your mind is anyway going to align and go. But your physical body's vibrations have to improve, no? How will they improve if more light doesn't come in? And if light comes in, the first thing that is going to happen is assimilate all of this. Acclimation means what? When it comes in, it will come in. Assimilation means something has to go out or something will get converted. That process is necessary. That detox is necessary. So, that book told, right, it has to happen. So, let it happen. I can't do anything. Physical body has to evolve means this is a mandatory step. I can't do anything. Like how government rules are there, no? If you have to apply for passport, these things you have to do. It is the rule. You can't do anything. You have to submit you have to, something. These XYZ things you have to do. Aadhaar you have to submit or whatever. Yeah, we have to submit, can't help it. We say no, something like that.
Okay.
We don't like it sometimes because every day, same problem is happening. God knows, maybe I'm not doing something right. The doubts will come. Let the doubts come. Just think that yes, lack of clarity will happen at this point, because this is duality. I'm living in in duality. Lack of clarity is like the highest thing. But we need to just keep
Right.
going. It's okay. Maximum what will happen? I'm going to die only. No. That's all. Body will die. I'm not going to die. People will think, oh, if I die, what will happen to my children? It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. The relationship, everything is attachment, illusion, everything. That HTC also would have known, oh, my mother is going to die or my father is going to die at this age. They'll know, and without that only they'll plan and come also. They also would have planned their life accordingly. Nobody is here without planning. So we will think, okay, if I'm not there, my world only will collapse. Nothing like that. They are also HTC, you are also HTC. They are also gods, you are also gods. If something if they have to lose their parents in an accident or something, they would know, oh, I'm going to lose my parents in an accident, but I want that experience. That's why I'm going to take this life and come into their family. Right? Everybody is planned. Their higher self, their programming, everything is like done. So you don't need to worry about anything. You just have to worry about yourself and just keep going. Nobody is lost. Nobody is going to be lost. They will definitely endure hardship, but that hardship is a part of the plan. So they need to learn from it. So don't worry about anything. Just keep going. You are not mandatory in anybody's life. That we need to understand. You means everybody is not mandatory in anybody's life.
Yeah.
It's just a contract period. As long as the contract is there, we are constantly giving and taking experiences. If we are smart, we need to make use of that opportunity while the contract is alive. That's all. Okay, chalo. Thanks, Hema. Take care, friends. Be blessed. Bye. Thanks to everybody participating offline also.